So we've been talking about the stages of addiction and how someone can move from never having tried any substance, drugs, alcohol, anything like that, all the way up to becoming completely addicted and your life has been turned upside down. It can be hard to understand how you can go from 0 to 100, but there's definite stages, there's definite phases throughout that process, and I just wanted to lay out what some of those stops on that process are. So we've talked already about phase one, experimentation, which is when you try something for the first time, you get a thrill, but no consequence. Therefore, the lie is you're strong enough to handle it. There's stop number two, which is misuse. And in misuse, you start to enjoy the high, and not too many of the consequences have caught up with you yet. There's some friction, but the lie is, look, you're still going for it and you're still in control. What's all the fuss about? I'll change if I want to. There's a third phase, which is abuse. This is where things start to get a little bit more serious, and you can see that maybe you're not in control anymore. And in that phase, there's some major problems happening within relationships, and even your everyday normal isn't really obtainable anymore because there's a constant obsession, there's constant thinking about that substance and when you can get to it next. The fourth stage is addiction. And addiction it's huge. I mean, it's major. We can say, real easy, like, oh, I'm addicted to coffee, or I'm addicted to video games, or I'm addicted to whatever. And sometimes that means that we're taking it pretty lightly, but genuine drug or alcohol addiction can change an entire life in very negative ways. When teens are consumed with addiction, it means that they're only living for that next high. You're constantly just thinking about using again in whatever form that might be. And the sad part is there's this sudden willingness to start sacrificing dreams, to start sacrificing dignity in order to have it again. And so all of a sudden nothing else matters. Someone's just going full force for that usage, and along with that comes blaming. And so it looks like it's everybody else's problems, and if they would only just, then I'd be okay, and if they would leave me alone, everything would be all right. And it looks like all of a sudden everybody else is the problem, when there's hesitancy to look within and go, are these consequences a result of my actions? And that's a very hard thing to really think through, especially if your body is becoming dependent on using. And so you just watch everything kind of melt down, everything starts to deteriorate, your social life, some of where your brain is at, your emotional life, your spiritual life, your family life. Like, things are just starting to break down left and right, and normal is not obtainable anymore unless you're using. So this is pretty serious, and just for the record, we've stated in all the other videos, any kind of drug use or alcohol use in a teenager's life, it is illegal. But at this point, it's just sad because it's starting to really take away from life. If you're sacrificing dreams, you're sacrificing dignity, you've changed everything just for this one behavior. And what I want you to know is, if you're here with me and you just had a really rough day, you had used today, and you're feeling like a mess, but you're sharing everything that you're going through, man, I would want to be able to talk to you face to face, person to person, look you in the eye, and let you know, I don't look at you as if you are now this monster, this horrible person, and you're worthless. And I wouldn't sit here and say the things that shame would say. Shame will tell us, you're an idiot, you never should try it anyway, look, you're not strong enough to stop. Those are those voices, that little yammering thing in the back of the brain that says you should be ashamed of yourself. And shame always attacks identity. It goes for the for the kill shot that says you are the problem and you are worthless. It's not true. I encourage you to watch the video Guilt versus Shame, so you can look at that and look at how to maybe start differentiating in your mind how to get out. But please, I really do I want you to know I'm rooting for you, and I want you to go and find a way out. You're probably going to have to take somewhat of a drastic path in order to get the addictive qualities out of your everyday current normal. And it's going to be uncomfortable. It's going to be messy. You're not going to enjoy it. It's just not fun. That's all there is to it. But I think that you can do this. I think that you're strong enough. You'll be weak at times, but I think you can make it to the end. Just kind of stick with the process, and I'm hoping that you have a team of people around you that can help you through that. If you've been kind of pushing everyone to the side and making them the enemy, they're probably really excited to help you if you let them. So you got to let them into it, and you got to be honest with them about what's going on, even if that feels so uncomfortable and vulnerable. I just really commend you for trying and for trying to make a difference. There's going to be falls, there's going to be mistakes, there's going to be things that you didn't know were going to be part of your journey as you try to go get help. But keep with it. You can shift this story. You really can change your narrative, and it's just going to take some commitment. But I'm rooting for you, and I believe in you guys. If you need someone immediately to talk to, there's going to be some phone numbers in the description. Please go out there and talk to somebody.